right, everyone. Hi, Story Pryor here. I'm growth advisor here at First Fitness Nutrition, and it is week 3 of our Love Yourself Month webinar series. And I am so anxious and excited for you guys to listen to today's special guest. We have a licensed dietitian, nutrition coach, and overall just health and lifestyle expert. And she is going to be providing us some information about diet, about nutrition, how important our mindset is when we want to create sustainable change in becoming our healthiest versions of ourselves. Kelly McCullough, I just recently became familiar with you a couple months ago, and I just want you to know I have loved following you and listening to your expertise and the way that you approach mindset around diet, around nutrition. I have learned so much from you, and so I was so excited to have you on to talk to us today about your knowledge, about your expertise. But one thing in particular I love that stood out was you had made a post about dieting in the dark. So Kelly, thank you for joining us today. I want to kind of open it up and ask, can you share with us what this dieting in the dark philosophy is, and what do you love in your purpose about helping all of us with our nutrition goals?
Well, thank you, Story. First, I wanted to say I appreciate you inviting me today. I'm excited to get to talk about this particular topic. What you saw before was when I was speaking about diet in the dark, I brought that up because there's a lot of fear involved with failure. Many of us, when we're talking about getting healthy, especially with losing weight, we have a fear of failure because we failed at a lot of different things, or we were successful for a time and then it wasn't anymore. And so there's an embarrassment with that. And we don't want to hear what other people have to say about it if it's negative. We're fine if it's positive, but we don't want to hear the negative things people say. So to protect ourselves, a lot of times with that fear of failure is we just don't tell anybody. I'm not going to tell them what I'm doing. I'm not going to tell them that I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm not going to tell them that I'm doing blah, 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 because they're going to have an opinion. They're going to tell me that I need to be doing this thing over here instead, or they don't like that, or, well, why can't you just go ahead and do this time? It's not going to hurt you to have this today, etc. And so there's that fear. But there's a lot of fears. That's not the only fear that we have. But, that term of dieting in the dark is just, this is for me, nobody else needs to know. The problem is we have no accountability, and we have no ability to really check ourselves on what we're doing. And there may be input from others that would be helpful. But being a certified health coach, as well as a registered dietitian and nutritionist, I've helped a lot of people with health issues, medical issues. Been able to help people reverse diabetes, type 2 diabetes, I should say, reverse. And when I say reverse, I say they've made lifestyle changes to where their doctors have then taken them off medication and they no longer need the medication. That's what I mean by reversing it, okay? Same thing with high blood pressure, cholesterol medications, reflux medications, etc. So it's just, people are attracted to the point of, I didn't know I could ever go without medication. I thought I would always have to have this. Once I was diagnosed as, a diabetic with type 2 diabetes, I thought I would always have to take medication to help me with that. And they are surprised to find out that, wow, there is a way I can do this through lifestyle change. And we can make that second nature. That's another mindset piece. Make it second nature. Because what happens when Story, you probably know some people that have, they've trained as a marathon runner, okay? Or, they participate in Ironman competitions and things like that. And what I mean is that, they run, they bike, and they swim, okay? So they have to train really hard for those things, and they have to pay attention to what they're eating and all of that. As a dietitian, I know that in sports nutrition, if you change what your nutrition and you change the way you're fueling your body, you can perform split seconds better than you did before. That can make all the difference when you're in a competition. Okay. If you're running the Olympics and you are, a few split seconds faster than someone else, you can win gold as opposed to silver or bronze or etc. So it does make a difference. A regular everyday people, they're thinking that doesn't matter to me, right? I need the big picture as long as I'm staying within this range, which is true. That's realistic. Okay. We're not all Olympians, but we need to have that mindset of it's not a diet if I'm trying to lose weight, because we think of diet as restriction and deprivation. And I'm going to have to be hungry, and I can't have any fun, and I can't go to anything fun, and I can't go out to dinner, and I can't I can't. And that's the scary part of it. It's like, I don't want to do that, and I don't want anybody to know I'm doing whatever. Well, we don't have to do that. We don't have to deprive ourselves. It's actually not a good idea to do that. It messes with our head. A lot more of it is, mindset than anything else. So if we're thinking, I can't, we're not going to keep it up. We
Mhm.
can change what we're eating and what we're doing for a few weeks, maybe even months, and get to a certain number on the scale or a certain pant size or something like that. But then we go back to our other habits if we didn't change our mindset, if we didn't change our habits. So the idea is not to just get to that size and be done. It's not a destination. It's a progression. It's a journey. Okay. I'm becoming a healthy person.
Yes.
That's the difference. I'm becoming a healthy person, and a healthy person does this. I'm in Texas. Okay. You can tell by my accent. I'm in Texas. If I want to go to New York from Texas, but I hop on I-10 going west, I'm not going to New York. I'm on the wrong road.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They're like, oh, I'm going to go on this diet. I'm going to do this diet or this diet or this diet. And I'm going to, get to this size because my friend Betty did it, or my Uncle Bob did it. And that's how they did their thing. And then they get to that number. And then a year later, they've expanded back to what they were prior. And this yo-yo thing is not healthy for us.
We've shared last month, we did our weight loss webinar series about how weight loss is not a destination, it's a journey, and it's something every single day consistently that you have to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I heard of dieting in the dark, when I saw that, because I hadn't, heard it that way, and that just it flicked something off in my mindset. But what do you say to people to kind of get out of the dark when they are dieting in the dark? I know
Yeah.
that you talked about how important goal setting is and having a
Mm-hmm.
support system around you that you're
Mm-hmm.
not alone. So can you share
Yeah.
with us a little bit more
Yeah.
about that, getting out of the dark and
Mm-hmm.
loving yourself? Because hey, you're
Right.
trying something new. You're making a
Mm-hmm.
change. You've raised your hand. Hey, I'm tired of the excuses that I've made for myself. I'm ready to love myself. I'm ready to make a change.
Right.
To get out
Right.
of the dark. I'm ready to get out of the dark of this dark.
Exactly. Right. Well, there are people that don't have, I call it the crab bucket syndrome. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before, but when you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, you don't have to worry about putting a lid on it. They're not going to get out. And the reason is because when one tries to crawl out, the others pull them down. And we as people have that in our lives. We have people pulling us back down. Some of those folks love us, some don't, but some of those folks love us, and they're not meaning to do that. But they're thinking, oh, let me help you feel better, and I'm going to give you this, or hey, let's go have some fun and do this. And it's all about the food, but it's all about junk food or going to get something that's a treat, and used to be something that, you know, 30 years ago, you didn't go and have that treat all the time. And now it's just right around every corner and people have it all the time. So it's really changed. Those habits, it makes a difference. So coming out of that, in answer to your question, talking to one person you trust to start with, it's baby steps. Don't tell the person that you know is going to be the most critical. You know, they're not on your team. They're not the ones that are there to
Like
help you
crab out of the
anyway.
bucket. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're not on your team. Don't tell them. But somebody that you know loves you and cares about you and is going to be understanding and caring and supportive.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
lost 50 pounds in 5 months, and I've kept it off for 5 years. And I did that during the time that I was a dietitian. I gained that weight over about 15-year period of time. Okay. Just being busy. Everybody's busy. Everybody's got tons of things going on. Okay. And my life didn't change. I didn't stop being busy. I got fed up and focused. And so that's what we have to do. We just have to say, okay, I'm tired of this, whether it's I don't want to look like that in pictures, I don't want to have to hide behind my kids every time in a picture, or be on the end and crop myself out. There's people that do that all the time. I have a hard time. Some clients can't give me a before picture because they've either been taking the picture and not in it, or they cropped themselves out, or you only saw their little face or something like that because they were hiding behind people. And that is not an unusual reaction. I did the same thing. It was very hard. It's been very hard for me to find before pictures. But just trusting that one person. Sometimes it's the person that's helping you. Sometimes it's your coach is the only person that knows for a while. And then you get more and more comfortable. As you become successful, then you become more empowered. And that's what, we want to do, is help empower people to be able to do this on their own more so. Just like we do when we're teaching someone something in a job, and you're teaching them how to do something, then they can take it and run with it. When you're raising a child, same thing. You're teaching them what to do and they take it and run with it. So it's just nurturing, being kind, meeting people where they are. And so for ourselves, we have to realize I'm valuable, I'm worth it, and I can't pour from an empty cup helping all
Yes.
these other people.
Absolutely. So we're talking about the mindset of how we approach diet, nutrition. And I love that now I'm seeing all over that our gut is our second brain. Our gut has always been referred to as our body's second brain. We have our brain here, but our gut
Mhm.
controls so many of the things, the nutrients and the fuel that we put in our bodies. So I love that gut health, gut nutrition, everyone, it's like the hot word. I'm hearing it all over. So Kelly, as you talk about mindset and then now our second brain, can you share with us what is the importance that you've seen with all of your research for diet nutrition? How important is gut health for us and getting that in a great position for us to be our
Well,
healthiest?
there's two things. There's physiological and there's psychological. Okay. So psychological, when we emotionally, let's say you have a speech to make and you're scared to death to get in front of people. You feel that in your gut.
Mhm.
Okay. You may have to go to the restroom. You may have to do different things that because your nerves have you kind of worked up, right? So there's an emotional, psychological piece to it. Physiologically, our intestinal tract is made in different sections. We get down to the science. It's made in different sections and it absorbs certain nutrients at certain sections of that part of the small intestine. And if that's not functioning well, if you have a period of inflammation, cellular inflammation in those cells along the lining of the small intestine, you're not going to absorb that well.
Mhm.
So we need to be able to learn how to get rid of those things that are causing that cellular inflammation, that are causing those issues, so that we can absorb the nutrients we need to absorb. I've helped several clients who've had IBS or even Crohn's, colitis, things like that. And that is an inflammatory process.
Mhm.
It's an inflammatory disease. And when we can get that to calm down, then
Yes.
they're able to absorb those nutrients better. So that's the physiological part of it. There's a psychological component to it as well, obviously, but that's definitely, they work together. You can't really separate the two. We're just made that way. We're wired that way.
Yes. So gut health is something every single day that we should be looking at, our digestive system, right?
Right, exactly. There are certain foods that irritate us more than others as a whole, and then certain individuals are much more sensitive to certain types of things. And we find that why should we re-injure ourselves? Why would you want to keep bringing something in that's going to continue to injure you? So you use some kind of product that you are able to eliminate a lot of, toxins and that kind of thing. Well, you're not going to go and then just load up on those toxins. Oh, because I've got this thing over here that's going to get rid of it. You're not going to do that because you can tell the difference, because you feel, your energy level is so much higher when you don't have that. You sleep better. All of those other things that have to do with your total health then are clicking. It's like all the pistons are clicking in the machine because everything is working the way it's supposed to. When we look at the cellular level of things, if that cell is healed and working well, the organ system works well, and then the body works well. So it starts at that cellular level, that cellular inflammation. If we can get that taken care of, and getting rid of those toxins is the way to do that, not re-injuring ourselves, bringing in those toxins again to just re-injure is not something we want to have happen.
So I love your approach, Kelly. I'm excited to learn more from you. I know that we're going to be having you discussing with us on how our bodies can heal ourselves through diet and nutrition. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kelly. Now I am going to bring on our co-founder and president, Nigel Branson. Nigel is going to be sharing with us the product support system that we had. I mean, we just learned from Kelly how much important diet and nutrition and exercise and all the other lifestyle things in our life. But we have an incredible product portfolio at First Fitness, and I want Nigel Branson to come on to talk to us about Renew and our gut health and all the other product profiles that we have. Nigel.
Well, thank you very much, Story. And thank you, Kelly, for sharing that amazing information, because your mindset really does matter. And I think a lot of people who don't answer the first question, why am I doing this? And if you say that I'm doing this weight loss program or I'm going to get healthy, for anyone else but yourself, you're almost guaranteed to be a failure, because until you make a decision to do it for you, nothing's really going to work. And so I just can't tell you how much I appreciate this valuable educational information, because it all starts with adopting the right mindset. Towards the end of Story and Kelly's conversation, we brought up the subject of gut health. And I'm here to tell you that when you take care of your gut will take care of you. Now, the significance of gut health is that there is a direct correlation between the food that we eat and the food that is being absorbed to how we actually live a healthy life. And the foundation of First Fitness Nutrition is the world's first inner body and colon cleanse called Renew. Now, we started this company back in 1989, and to talk to anyone about cleansing your inner body and colon was almost a subject that people did not want to speak to. In fact, they were so uneducated about the correlation between your gut health and your overall health. But our late founder, Lee Causey, discovered a major health breakthrough in 1989, and that was, until your body can absorb the nutrients from the food that you are eating, you will never have optimal wellness. And thus was born this product called Renew, which is an inner body and colon cleanse with probiotics. Now, because people were uneducated regarding gut health, if you will, we had to talk to people in very layman terms. We didn't have videos. We didn't have PowerPoints. This was in-person conversations, trying to get people to understand the importance of using a daily inner body and colon cleanse to support improved gut health. And so the way that I used to talk to people was in layman terms. I used to tell people, you know, when your mother or father cooks spaghetti and you've eaten the spaghetti bolognese, for example, what does your mom do or your dad do before they put the dish in the dishwasher? They scrape off all the excess pasta, and there is that oily orange film on your plate. Well, that is on the inside of your intestines. When your grandparents back in the day were hanging wallpaper, they used to make the paste out of flour and water. Think about that. Flour and water was used for hanging wallpaper. And yet that is what is in all the carbohydrates and the bad breads. That is flour and water. That is now in your system. And so the fact that people never related to the word poisons and toxins, I used to say, what happens when you go outside and you're sitting behind a truck and those fumes are coming out of that truck's exhaust and you're breathing it in? This is all the bad pollutants that are coming in to your system. So that's how simple we had to keep the education process in helping people understand that your gut health is the number one priority to take care of your overall health. So Renew is this inner body and colon cleanse that is used daily with probiotics. And it is designed to help eliminate the bad foods that we've eaten, the poisons and toxins that we are environmentally just being surrounded around. And so when you take this inner body and colon cleanse, you're going to see reduced bloating. You're going to have bowel regularity. You're going to have a flatter stomach. You're going to have an increase of energy. You're going to have better nutrient absorption from the foods that you're eating, improve your immune system function, and you're going to even notice a more nourished skin because you're eliminating these poisons and toxins. So this is a product that I have personally taken for 36 years, every night of my life. This is why we call it a daily inner body and colon cleanse. Some people will say, well, why do I need to take a cleanse? And the reason is it is virtually impossible for you to eat enough fiber, fruits, and vegetables from the foods that you eat to get that regular bowel movement or that excess fecal matter out of your system. You know that the average person has somewhere between 7 to 25 pounds of excess fecal matter in their large intestine. So you get on this cleanse, we're going to start helping you feel fantastic almost from the first day that you try it. So what does this mean for you as an individual listening to this webinar? Daily health needs to have one particular product from First Fitness. If there was just one product that you need to have, you need to be taking this product called Renew, whether you need to lose weight or you're just trying to stay healthy, because this is our flagship product and it's absolutely fantastic and it works. Now, if you are using the Trimslin weight loss program, the Trimslin weight loss program comes with two staple products. Control, which is our appetite control and glucose regulator, and the Thermo, which is the thermogenic fat burner. And then we have this healthy eating guide that allows you the flexibility to eat real foods without having to starve yourself and deprive yourself of eating real food. So you take these two products. I would absolutely add a Renew to your order and take it while you're on the Trimslin program. And then once you've lost your weight and you've got yourself on a healthy journey, continue taking the Renew. What we're doing at First Fitness Nutrition is getting you to change your mindset to that of a healthy lifestyle, where you're taking the supplements to accelerate and enhance your weight loss. You're taking the Renew to cleanse your body so that it can absorb the nutrients from the foods that you're eating. But we're trying to educate you on living that healthy lifestyle, actually making a lifestyle choice, which is diet, exercise, and eating healthy. That is going to be a recipe for success. So I highly recommend taking the Trimslin weight loss program. If you're trying to lose weight, add the Renew to the product. And one of my favorites is hopefully you can see this is our new daily meal replacement shake that has got 13 grams of protein when mixed with water, 21 grams with mixed with any type of almond milk or soy milk, whatever you choose. And then it's got 24 vitamins and minerals in it. And this is your meal replacement. You take that combination, the Renew, the Trimslin, and the shake, you're going to have an amazing weight loss journey as well as improving your health. Now, to finish up the month of February, we are sharing the love all month long, and we have free enrollment, free products for our new team members, and bigger bonuses for our team members that are showing people the fantastic opportunity with our products and opportunity. But next Tuesday night, I will be showcasing some very powerful success stories, and I would encourage anyone that is looking to take care of their health and consider starting a health and wellness business to invite as many people as you can to next week's webinar, because you will be inspired and know that all things are possible. I like to tell people, it's your health, this can be your business, and it can be your future. So we look forward to you joining us next Tuesday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. I want to say once again, thank you to Story Pryor. Thank you to Kelly McCulloch. You were fantastic. And thank you to all of our team members and guests for being with us on our webinar tonight. Good night, everyone.